Good day, my fellow student, and especially to you, Ma'am Nor. Good morning. I am Angelica May Malupa from BSBA HRM 2B, and I am 11th reporter. And today we will discuss about the characteristic of organizational development. What is the main purpose of characteristic of organizational development? We have so far to discuss about the definition, goals, and nature of organizational development. It is also important at this point to understand certain characteristics of organizational development, as these characteristics reflect the relevance of the role and contributions of organizational development to overall enhancement of productivity in the organization, increase profitability, and effective performance and higher satisfactions amongst the employees. Ngayon ay ating pinag-uusapan ang tungkol sa kahulugan, layunin at katangian ng organisasyon na ito. Napakahalaga rin sa puntong ito na ating unawain ang mga ilang katangian at pagpapaunlad sa organisasyon. Dahil nga, ang mga katangian nito ay sumasailalim ang kaugnayan at kontribusyon sa pagpapaunlad. Napakahalaga rin ito na sa pagkalahatang pagpapahusay sa produktibidad ay may kakayahan rin ito na paunlarin at pataasin ang kakayahang kumita sa mga epektibong kasiyahan sa mga empleyado. And these are the following of characteristic of organizational development are discussed as this follow. First, focus on the real problems. Focus on the real problems meaning is since an elaborate process is involved in organizational development with a focus on diagnosis of what actually is going wrong in the organization. It can be said that the organizational development focuses on real problem of organizations rather than hypothetical case. So, sinasabi nito ay sapagkat dahil sa detalyadong proseso ay nakasangkot ito sa organisasyon sa pagpapaunlad na merong pagtuon o pagsusuri kung ano ba talaga ang pangyayaring mali sa isang organisasyon. So, hindi talaga maiwasan na magkaroon ng problema sa isang organisasyon, lalo na kapag nagkaroon tayo ng komplikado. So, bawat isa naman sa atin ay merong kanyang-kanyang idea kung paano gawin o solusyonan ang mga problema para pagdating ng panahon ay maging successful ito. Second, the organizational development as educational strategy, meaning that attempts to bring about a planned change. Under organizational development, varied strategies are utilized and systematic procedure is followed in order to bring about the change. The educational strategy is ito yung diskarte or sinusubukan mong gawin ang isang bagay na kung paano mong gawin ang pagbabago sa iyong organisasyon. This ensures better implementation, minimize errors, and effective outcomes in positive. Tinitiyak din ang mas mahusay na pagpapatupad, pinapaliit ang mga mali na inaasahang resulta upang magdudulot ito ng magandang positibo.
So good day, I'm Paharon Alords Jandi, and I'm going to discuss about the organizational development practitioners. Okay, so the organizational development practitioners are humanists, or in other words, makatao, and to seek to establish a social and altruistic philosophy within an organization. So when we say altruistic, means it's selfless. So kumbaga, iniisip rin nila yung ibang employees nila. So here are the benefits of the organizational development practitioners. So the human approach believes that Each individual is unique and has potentiality for growth. So, sa organizational development, ito sa humanistic approach. So, naniniwala sila na bawat isa ay may kakaiba at may potential sa growth or kumbaga improvement and development. And by practicing this kind of method in an organization, you result to better conflict resolution, increased understanding, and more considerable leadership. So, ayun na nga. So, through humanistic approach, and kapag sinasanay ito sa kahit anong organization, it may lead to an organization na madali silang makapag-solve ng any conflict, and mas tumaas ang kanilang pag-intindi at paglilid towards the organization. So, it also provides better scope and conducive environment for the employees to develop their potentialities. It also enhances job involvement, participation, and enhances overall satisfaction amongst the employees of that particular organization. So, ayun, isa rin sa benefits dito ay it gives and it provides better scope for every employees, and it also helps them to develop their potential. So, hindi masasayang yung every potential ng employee, kasi kapag nisanay ang method na to sa isang organization, kumbaga it enhances overall, kumbaga lahat ng skills, lahat ng kayang gawin ng bawat isa ng every individual, and kapag nangyari yun, it might help the whole organization or specific company. So here are the steps. So it says here that organizational development practitioners are usually a result of some immediate problems. So but it is a long-term approach covering 3 to 5 years. So kumbaga to achieve the full potential of every employee and to improve the organization, it is a lengthened process. So organizational development is an elaborate or detailed process consisting of various components. So kumbaga more than one. So here are the most significant components of the organizational development process is the diagnosis of problems. So the second one is the focus on immediate or existing problem. So organizational development to a greater extent may focus on the immediate or existing problems in the organization. So OD has or must focus on immediate existing problems. So kumbaga kapag may problema sa isang organization, it should be focused and it should be solved immediately. But the overall approach towards dealing with this problem is lengthy and complex. So, lengthy means medyo may kahabaan, and complex means having many parts, ideas, details, or functions often related in a complicated way. So, next is this is in order to ensure effective dealing with the problem and to ensure that such a problem does not arise in future. So, just like I said earlier, it should be solved immediately so that it won't affect the company and in the future. So the intervention strategies under organizational development are such that they deal with the values, attitude, and beliefs of the employees. So they also identify every mga attitude at mga paniniwala ng mga employees, and modifying and changing them and challenging them. Kumbaga, they challenge every employees sa medyo challenging na trabaho, and it might help them to improve their skills more and it's also a time-consuming activity. But we don't need to worry because even though it's a lengthy process, pero kapag dumating yung panahon na talagang nasanay na yung mga employees natin sa ganitong method, ay makaka-benefit rin ang ating company. So the benefits, so just like what I said, it is to help to understand the root cause of a certain problem and issues in an organizational setup. So dealing with this attitude, values, and beliefs leads to effective management of the problems or issues. So ayun, effective management of the problem talaga. So this is the last topic of my part. The organizational development is a dynamic process. So it is a dynamic process that involves considerable investment of money and time. So it is expected to if you want to practice this kind of method, because organizational development is not free, it's not easy, and it needs more patience and financial aspect. So this is a result of the basic approach of the OD, which emphasizes the diagnosis of the problem or issues in the organization and its effective management with the goal that the problem or the issue should not repeat. So just like what I've discussed earlier, if there's a problem in the organization, we should immediately solve it before the issue repeats, because it might cause a problem in the organizational it might cause again a problem in an organization. So also the organizational development process may require involvement and contribution of the employees from varied organizational levels or sa iba-ibang organizational levels. So even the participation and encouragement on the part of the management is important or crucial here. So to sum up all, in short, this explains how organizational development is costly and lengthy process, which means it takes years to develop an organization. But it's worth to take since it will benefit not only the company but also the employees. So that's all for my report, and I hope you understand my part. Thank you.
Organizational development is action-based. It is research-based activity and aims at conducting surveys, collection of data, and evaluation of the situation. The organizational development process involves varied steps as discussed above. It is planned activity which is action-based. It is also a process which focuses on determining the pressing problems and issues in an organization. Pag sinabi natin conducting surveys is, maaari tayong mag-conduct ng mga surveys sa mga organisasyon upang mangolekta ng feedback at kaalaman mula sa mga empleyado. Halimbawa nito ay ang isang kumpanya ay maaring mag-administer ng survey sa kasiyahan ng mga empleyado upang makahanap ng mga lugar ng pag-aalala o mga lugar na nangangailangan ng pagpapabuti. At ang mga data na nakolekta mula sa mga survey na ito ay maaaring magbigay ng mahalagang impormasyon para sa pag-develop ng isang organisasyon. At maaaring isama dito ang pagkokolekta ng mga data sa pang-ekonomiyang pagganap tulad ng mga pinansyal sa produktibidad, pati na rin sa mga kwalitatibong data tulad ng feedback ng mga empleyado o sa mga ratings sa kasiyahan ng mga customers. Sa pagmamagitan ng pag-aanalisa ng mga data na ito, maaring maitukoy sa organisasyon ang mga tendensya at padrino na tumutulong sa kanila na maunawaan ang mga sanhi sa mga isyu na kanilang kinakaharap. Ang OD ay isang inihandang aktibidad na kinapapalooban ng mga plano at aksyon upang tugunan ang mga isyu ng organisasyon. Maaring isama dito ang pag-develop ng mga plano at pagtatakda ng mga inaasahang pagbabago. Halimbawa, kung na-identify ng isang kumpanya ang kakulangan sa teamwork bilang isang pangunahing problema, ang plano batay sa aksyon ay maaaring maglaman ng mga aktibidad tulad ng team building o pagpapatupad ng mga proseso ng pakikipagtulungan. Sa pangkalahatan, ang pangunahing ideya sa likod ng ODI ay ang aktibong pakikilahok sa mga gawain na nagdudulot ng positibong pagbabago sa loob ng isang organisasyon sa pamamagitan ng pagsasagawa ng mga pagsasaliksik, pagkolekta ng mga data at pagtatakda ng mga aksyon. Maaring matukoy at ma-address ng mga organisasyon ang mga pangunahing problema at sa huli mapabuti ito at ang kabuuang pagganap at kahusayan ng isang organisasyon. Next is organizational development works on open and adaptive system concepts. It works on open and adaptive system concept and believes that organizational design and managerial performance are mutually interdependent. The success of organizational development greatly depends on the role played by the managers or leaders in the organization. The concepts of open and adaptive systems are key factors in promoting flexibility, growth, and effectiveness, and facilitating change. The open system concepts refer to the idea that organizations are not closed systems but rather are influenced by and interact with their external environment. The adaptive system concepts refer to the ability of organizations to adapt to changing environments through continuous learning and improvement. Pag sinabi natin ang open at adaptive system sa isang konsepto ng organizational development ay tumutukoy sa mga organisasyon na bukas sa pagbabago at kayang mag-adjust sa mga bagong karanasan at pangangailangan sa loob at labas ng organisasyon. Ang importante ay dapat maging malikhain at patuloy na uunlad ang organisasyon sa pagharap sa mga pagbabago at hamon sa kapaligiran nito. At isa sa mga halimbawa ng open at adaptive system sa organizational development ay ang mga organisasyon na mayroong open door policy. Ito ay nangangahulugang ang mga empleyado ay malayang makapagpapahayag ng kanilang mga opinyon, ideya at mga suliranin kapag mayroong mga issue o mga hamon sa organisasyon. Ang pamunuan ay bukas sa pakikipagtulungan sa mga empleyado upang maghanap ng mga solusyon at makapag-adjust sa pamamaraan ng trabaho. At isa pang halimbawa ng open at adaptive system concepts ay dapat na mapalawak ang mga network at connection sa pamamagitan ng pagiging bukas sa mga input mula sa mga dayuhang kliyente o mga gumagamit ng organisasyon na nakakuha ng mga bago at epektibong ideya o impormasyon na nagiging sanhi at pag-angat ng at mapapabuti ng isang organisasyon sa pamamagitan ng pag-adjust ng kanilang mga pamamaraan, produkto o serbisyo batay sa pangangailangan ng mga stakeholders. At sa mga nabanggit na halimbawa, naintindihan natin na ang mga open at adaptive system sa organizational development ay nagpapahiwatig ng kahalagahan ng pagiging malikhain bukas sa mga ideya at suliranin at ginagamit ang impormasyon mula sa paligid upang umunlad at magpatuloy sa pag-adjust sa mga pagbabago.